Hi, good morning. The strategist here. How's everyone doing? So I wanted to just quickly address something that I think it's very important, right? Which borders on dating and relationship, And I will start by saying this: if you are not ready to get married, within 6 months to 1 year, and 1 year is even like a stretch, right? If you're not ready to get married between 6 months to 1 year, don't get into the dating pool. Don't go on dates. All right. And I'll tell you why. And the 1 year is a stretch because I understand that Methuselah's cousins and, grandchildren are still roaming on the earth. So some people are still related to Methuselah and they want to do the whole 1 year thingy. Have I fallen into, or have I been, I wouldn't say victim. Have I also fallen short of this? Yes. All right. So, but I've learned better, and that's why I'm saying this, and I think it's very important to address this. Super important. You don't go to the market, right, and start haggling prices with the vendor if you don't have money. All right, if you don't have money. So dating is pretty much trying to understand whether you both are compatible for marriage. I mean, fundamentally, there has to be marriage on the table before you even talk about dating. So you don't date for the sake of we're just dating. So there has to be a marriage on the table. All right, so you go into that and you define it and you say, in the next 4 weeks, we're going to spend time talking, bonding, understanding ourselves, discussing critical matters, not to be doing movies and, eating shrimps and mac and cheese. That's not what dating is for. It's really for talking. That's the actual talking stage. That's what dating is for. So once you talk on critical things like, spirituality, like career, values, family, how do you want to build your family, kids, how many kids you want to have, finances, what's your view on finances, what's your view on investment, savings, things like that. Now that relocation is now in the picture, what's your view on relocation? Where do you want to raise your kids? Where do you want to live? Where do you want to retire? And things like that. All right. You talk about critical things. Stop discussing rubbish. You talk about critical things. And after these 4 weeks, solid, intense conversation, except you both are daft, all right, or except you both are ignorant, and no disrespect, or except you both don't understand what you're doing, or you want to fool yourselves, you would know, right? You will know that this person is not compatible with me for marriage, and you end it right there. 4 weeks, right? You end it and then you hug yourselves and you say goodbye. We could just remain casual friends, and you don't go to the next stage. And what's the next stage? Courtship, where you make things official. You meet your parents and everybody knows everyone, and and then you begin to discuss marriage, and then that's where the whole counseling classes happen. And all this can happen between the first week, the first month after dating. So after you've determined compatibility test, right? And then between that month and the next 5 months, you could get married, right? And I won't talk about like the money part or anything. I just see that young folks are wasting time. Young folks are just dating aimlessly, dating with no precise, how do I want to put it now? They are dating with nothing in mind, no agenda, or just dating. Oh, we've been together for 3 years. What are you doing for 3 years? Oh, we've been together for 2 years. What are you doing for 2 years? All right, it has to be defined. And because I'm a coach and an NLP practitioner, just Google that, don't stress me, right? I can tell you for a fact that your mind will not sense the urgency to make a decision when you don't create that environment for you to make that decision. You don't create a sense of urgency. And that's the reason why when you set a goal, it has a date. A goal without a date is a wish. So you just get into the dating pool and you're just dating, we're just, we're in a relationship. What does that even mean? What does that really mean? And when you get so long in that relationship, whatever, what happens is you begin to do things you're not supposed to do. Things like you begin to have sex, you begin to do some very intimate things that you may not want to do till you're married. And now this is to Christian folks, right? Don't come and drag me. So in fact, even if you're you believe in the concept of having sex before marriage, right? But when you date for too long, it just creates unnecessary things begins to happen, right? So you want to be very, very strategic. The way you build businesses, or you drop a business plan, you do market research, you go to the market, you come back. How long will the product development take? When are we going to ship the product? When are we going to start making money? That's how you should approach why did I say approach? That's how you should approach your marriage and your relationship. You must have a definite timelines. Don't just be saying, let's see how this goes, let's see. Be like that. Run away from people that say, let's see. So I'm gonna repeat what I said when I started this video. If you aren't ready to get married between 6 months to 1 year, don't waste anybody's time trying to date them. Sort out all your issues, right? And heal from whatever you need to heal from. Be ready. When you go to the market to start haggling prices with a vendor, it shows that you have a certain amount of money and you're haggling prices so that you can be able to accommodate, right, that money that you have. You don't go and be haggling prices when you don't have money. That's madness, that's stupidity. All right, so please don't get into the dating pool if you don't have any intention to get married within 6 months to 1 year. Yes, Vio said that, and you can take it to the bank.